What's going on, guys? Matt back again. This time for another review of Stranger Things 3. This one is episode 4, The Sauna Test, written by Kate Treffery and directed by Sean Levy, or Levi, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Visual effects, that's my first problem with this episode. It shows too much of the monster when Heather's parents are taken over, and it's not really a great looking monster. There's a shot of it attaching to their faces, which that's not bad. It's just when it comes to the shot of the entire monster stepping forward, you see that it's pink and it's CGI. Then you have all that darkness, and I didn't see really any practical effects unless some were done with the face hugger, because that didn't look as bad as the actual monster himself. But you don't need to be showing so much of it so early. Same problem I had with the first two episodes. Okay, plot. The Russian guards look really stupid for not seeing the kids on the roof right in front of them. Whenever it shows the angle from behind Dustin's head towards the guards, you can see that the roof they're on is not very far from where the guards are. And you see the guards are standing there with their gun, constantly looking around for people. And all they have to do is look up and see a frizzy-haired kid up there with binoculars. It makes them look really stupid. Also, this is something I'm not sure what this is. Robin got the complete blueprints of the mall from the county reporter's office. I don't know if you can do that or not. It just seemed kind of strange that she did know that she could do that. I guess so. There isn't a mall. We have a super Walmart, but if I wanted schematics of it, I could go to the county reporters. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I just thought it was strange. The writers needed her to some way have blueprints so that she could find out that there's a air shaft that goes from their workplace to where they need to go. They really reached for that. So rather than calling Hopper or any other police about the guys with guns in the mall, you're going to climb through the air duct. It would be better to have them call Hopper and then you would have Hopper and Joyce with Steve and Dustin's group, rather than just kids trying to get through the air duct to get to this place that's guarded by men with guns. Next thing I have is the other group of kids. What are their names? Steve? No, not Steve. I get everyone's names mixed up. Mike and Will and them. They think Billy is possessed. They go to the swimming pool, and apparently they just have access to everything. They go into the closet to get the dummy. They're just walking all over this place while the pool is completely packed with people, and it's broad daylight. I mean, there's no one there. I mean, there are other people there other than Billy. And then we go from there right back to the air duct where they got Erica, the little girl who's also very annoying, to crawl through this air duct. Possibly, I mean, she does say child endangerment a lot, but it's not taken seriously. They are not taking these grown men with AKs very seriously at all. Right, and then back to the kids at the pool. I had a lot of problems with this episode. Apparently they just hid out until the pool closed and it was nighttime, and everybody left except Billy, conveniently enough. And they set up this trap. Just go tell Hopper. Just go tell Hopper. And then we go back to Steve and them in the room where they find this green liquid. They're not sure what it is. They hear a noise. They try to leave that room before they get caught. And they just start hitting a bunch of buttons. And conveniently enough, one of the buttons they hit is a button that sends that storeroom down as an elevator. So now these kids have successfully infiltrated this secret base. That's where we are. Acting, I have here Jake Busey. He's a dick, obviously, in this show, but he's a lot of fun to watch. I still like him, even though he's being a dick. It's just funny. The mayor is still way over the top. I have here, he can't lie to Hopper without making it obvious. Like, he's obviously lying to Hopper because he's being such a dick about it. And then the next thing I have about the acting is that the guy that plays Billy, his name is, I think it's pronounced Decker Montgomery. He was really good. He's good throughout this whole series, but he's really good in that scene in the sauna when he's crying and like saying sorry and everything. You really buy it, and you can see that the writers are trying to really humanize Billy and try to get as much sympathy for him as they can. Cinematography. This is just a very small thing. It's not really negative. I just wanted to point it out because I noticed it. When the head of the newspaper place where Nancy works, he's got a patch on his head from where he was hitting the head with that bottle. There's this strange thing they do where he kicks the chair and the camera shakes, and then they go with like this slanted camera angle. It just caught my attention. I just thought it was kind of unnecessary to shake the camera. I guess you're trying to jolt the audience. I don't know. That's all I had for any of the camera work. Okay, writing. I have a lot of stuff here. Okay. Are the kids not at all wondering where Dustin is? They call Max and Elle to tell about Will feeling the mind flare, but they don't try to contact Dustin. They don't know where he is. The whole group's there except Dustin, and no one's like, where's Dustin? It's weird. Also have that it's not fair for Jonathan to be mad at Nancy for losing his job when he agreed to go with her to that old lady's house. And he's bitching at her about losing his job. Dude, you decided to go. Like I said earlier, Erica's annoying. I'm not saying it's unrealistic for a little girl her age to understand capitalism and all that. I'm just saying it's not very likely that someone of her, boy or girl of her age, would be talking about capitalism in such an educated manner. I don't know, I just thought it was strange and they just did it for laughs. I don't find her character, hopefully next season they'll evolve her character to be a little more realistic and not so sassy all the time. Alright, the kids think Billy's possessed, but I think I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, why didn't anyone try to call Hopper about anything? Nobody called the police, even though the police chief has been involved in these strange things the last 2 years. But no one calls him up and is like, hey, we think Billy's possessed. And also there's that part when they suspect Billy and Max is watching him from far distance with the binoculars. And the camera pans in on her and she says, I hope it's not you. I really hope it's not you. As far as dialogue goes, this is like the only problem I've had with this season so far. Is like, obviously, all you need to do is pan in and show that she's worried about her brother rather than her actually say, I hope it's not you. I really hope it's not you. It's just like, no shit, you're his sister. And then this is a little negative also. Nancy goes to the hospital to see if she can talk to Miss Driscoll and try to get some more information. But she's obviously lying about being the Miss Driscoll's granddaughter. Like, when things are very clear to the audience, it should be very clear to the person that the actress is, or the character is talking to. The lady sitting at the desk should know that she's clearly lying about being the granddaughter, but she gets away with it just so it can be some funny little bit. I don't know. Nancy should have already walked in with the idea that I'm going to fake being Nancy Driscoll, her granddaughter. Okay, and that's all my negatives, so I'm going to try to end up with some positives. If I don't mention something, that means I didn't really have a problem with it. So mainly I just kind of mention my negatives and I try to give some big positives at the end, things I really like at the end, then I give my rating. Positives, I really like, this is just tasting, I guess, Hopper's like Miami Vice look. I think it's funny. Hopper's one of my favorite characters in this show. He's got the whole big mustache. In the previous 2 seasons, I think he had like a whole beard thing going on, but now he's just got this big mustache with the Miami Vice like shirt with the jeans. It's funny. It's very 80s. It suits the summertime feels they have going on with this season. I really like that a lot, just visually. And then at the end, you can get away with showing the monster the way they did here It was done well, and it's the 4th episode, so it's fine. Yeah, they pan away from the all the, I guess you call them zombies, no, not really zombies, I don't know what you would call them, vessels, but all the people that have been taken over, and you show like an over the shoulder shot of the monster. It's really dark, you can't really get an idea of what it looks like. That should have been our first look at this monster, rather than the very first episode, the 2nd episode, and I think we see it a little bit in the 3rd episode. But that should have been the very first shot of it, so we could be like, what is this thing? Rather than knowing it's there the whole time. There's no mystery. I've talked about it in my past videos. But let's see. I think I'm going to give this one, this is I had a lot of problems with this episode. It's my least favorite. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It just had too many problems. The plot line of Steve and the gang going down into this secret facility by way of accidentally hitting the right button to go down. I don't like it, and they're my favorite group, but it's the worst plot line, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell for further videos, and y'all have a good day.